Hey, I'm PodGuy.
And I'm PodGal.
And hey, we're the Pod Couple podcast. And with that family is SpaceGoat.
Oh yeah, Pod Brother, space, go.
And we also have another special guest. Yes, it's Regina.
Hello, everyone.
Well, hello. So,
Yes, we're here. Got you thinking.
well, welcome to the show, guys. It's Pod people and all them.
Pod friends.
Pod friends, yes. Well, I have to be honest with you all. Honest to God.
Yeah, you do.
The Pod Couple are officially on the rag.
Oh man.
Yeah, we are. We're on the rag.
Seriously? I've never heard of a show being on the rag.
Yeah, we are. Well, as individuals as well.
As humans. I hate to call us that, but we're pod people.
Is that menopause thing what I heard about? Humans have to...
No, you turned us onto this, and it's
Oh.
giving up our paper towels that we adore and love for a rag.
Ah, you've gone paperless?
We're on the rag.
Yeah, we are on the rag.
Well, I prefer to call it going paperless personally.
Well, you're different.
it just has a never mind.
Well, we're enjoying the rag, and like you say, you can rinse it, and it's nice when you get it hot, and you can wipe stuff, and I guess it does what a paper towel does, right?
Yeah, and then you just wash it and you reuse it again. That's the way to go.
Yeah, and the thing is, we have an absolute ton of
Rags.
Not only rags, but cloth napkins. And, yes, we're
Well, let's not go too heavy on the show right off the bat with the cloth napkins.
Hey, speaking of paper towels and stuff like that, and the whole humidity inside a car thing that we were talking about before.
Oh boy!
I got a surprising answer for that. Old socks and some rice.
Oh, good one.
Yeah, if you got a lot of humidity building up in your car from the rain or the winter or whatever like that, you've been tracking a lot of water in there, go ahead and pack some socks with rice and put them all throughout your car.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I did it with kitty litter once.
Kitty litter?
Yeah.
Kitty litter.
That's disgusting, man.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Do you have stray cats coming up to your car?
No strays.
No, just humidity.
Just domestics.
Do you want cats? Because that's how you get cats. Okay? That's how you get cats.
They love socks and they love kitty litter.
Yeah. And not only kitty litter, it was the gel variety.
Ooh, yeah, it's the
Like it was a
high-end.
very high-end
that stuff
kitty.
that swell up and,
Yeah,
and stuff.
it was kind of squishy. So
It's the expensive stuff.
yeah,
How many boxes of shoes would you have to collect in order to have enough of those, and bottles of pills and everything, in order to have enough of those to make a whole cat box full of them? I wonder. You know, the little desiccant packages that come in your pill bottles and stuff is the same stuff as the cat litter.
oh yeah, that's
that
a
would
good
take
question.
forever.
Take a
Yeah,
while.
yeah,
That's some deep shit.
yeah. I was.
It's easy to buy the $4.99 though.
No, this girl's turned
Two-pound
on.
bag.
Man. No, check this out. This girl's turned on. Like, if you saved all them little packets that you ever got, you know what I mean? The ones that are in the bottom of like the seaweed and then the ones that are in your shoes and
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
You save all those, right? You put those in a sock. You throw that shit in your car. It's going to be bone dry.
Yeah, I was saving those for the longest time, and then I think PodGuy made me throw them out.
Like, well, what do you do with them besides that?
Well, I just thought,
car humidity
yeah,
problem?
I was collecting them for quite some time, but I have to say it does take a while to build up.
But being a hoarder can come in handy, though. That's all I'm saying. Like,
It always is.
I mean, it's good, you know? I mean, like, because one day you'd be like, God damn, thank God I saved all that tinfoil.
Yeah.
Tinfoil's awesome though.
You never know.
Yep.
Could be the answer.
Yeah, so that's the news. What our learning, our takeaway from the last podcast. We're now on the rag.
All right. Now that you explained it, I'm happy to
You're
hear
happy.
that.
Oh, we've been on the rag for years at my place.
Nice. Well,
Well,
we're
we are
following.
now.
Paperless. Hey, y'all hear about space, news. Yo, that rocket that I was talking about with Elon Musk and all that, that's going to go around the world and take people from one place to another in 45 minutes.
Is it a land rocket?
No, it's the BFR, the big freaking rocket. I remember you all would tell me not to swear so much, so I'm trying to be nice about it.
No, we're okay with the swearing.
Oh, thank you.
It's apparently the singing.
Oh,
Well, you got 10 seconds is long time.
Yeah.
that's mostly my guess singing that you didn't like.
The guessing. We better move forward. No, what's up with the rocket?
Oh man, well, so he's got a working prototype now. They are testing it in atmosphere. It looks a little crinkly and stuff like that. Like it looks like it's covered in aluminum foil. Like that's one of the things that made me think about it. But it's just because they're not pushing it out of the atmosphere yet. They're just testing it in atmosphere, getting it to really high heights, and then just coming back down, lift off land, lift off land, lift off land, make sure they've got that nailed down. And then they're going to go ahead and put the shielding on it and do some space tests maybe next year.
Ooh, well, that's exciting. And will there be people on this thing?
No, they're probably going to use goats or something first, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you're signed up already?
Yeah, sign me up. What are you talking about? Hell yeah. I have my Walkman going with some Bowie and we're on.
Wow.
I can see the history books now.
Yeah, me too.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's super cool.
You know it.
So, yeah, I thought you had a super cool story too, PodGal.
Well, I don't know whether it's super cool, but it's I was listening to like CBC As It Happens or The Current or one of those programs, and I started listening to it on the way to work, and essentially there was this famous goalie that ended up in a horrific on ice accident. He ended up getting his throat sliced by a skate.
Ow.
Yeah, it was horrible. And I guess it was just absolutely horrific. But he had grown up, I don't know, on some, like he knew a bit of first aid. And so he was able to, even when he was almost everybody would have died, he held his neck and he actually survived something that looked like it was going to kill him.
That's amazing. Absolutely.
Yeah, I know. And it was like he went into the hospital and he fully recovered, it seemed. And so he survived, and then he couldn't play hockey anymore, but that accident was the catalyst for the goalies wearing that neck shield.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And so then this guy, he was convalescing, and his friends always wanted to come over and replay the video of it happening.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
I know. So like one...
But they did it all the time. It would be like, hey, we're coming over to watch the video. And it was like they would all get drunk. And
he'd throw it on and be like, yeah, here we go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and they'd invite more friends, and like this thing was just growing and growing and growing. And
then apparently there was a news story about him, and they're playing the video while he's there to get his reaction from it. And they were also doing tests on his reactions as he was watching this thing.
Yeah.
Damn.
And, so...
He loved it. He would have the boys over. They would be having beers. Hey, bring out the video.
Yeah, like it was unbelievable. And so he started to lose it, and his, when he was being monitored, his, what do you call it? Like...
his pulse?
Heartbeat and his vitals. And
prime vittles.
His vittles.
His heart latent was non-constipated.
Exactly. His vitals were spiking.
Imagine that. Even before he watched it is what I heard.
Yeah, as he sensed it coming on. So like he was suffering
if
trauma.
And I guess if you have a brush with death, you kind of get a thing for kind of reliving that experience, I guess.
Yeah.
It must be quite a rush to come back from that. I mean,
It would be surreal, wouldn't it? Watching it, like, be weird, eh?
Yeah.
Surviving it would be surreal, and then
all of
watching it
would be
again,
surreal.
And
especially
again,
multiple
and
times,
again,
like,
and again.
damn.
Yeah, so that is kind of what his life was turning into. And what happened after that? Oh yeah, so he got married and things were awesome, and life was pretty good. And then 2 years into it, he just would spend a ton of time drinking. From the minute he woke up. And he had befriended a lot of cowboy type characters in the area, and some of them would ride up on the horse, tie their horse up, and spend the whole day drinking. So it became a huge problem, and there was this went on for quite some time. And then his wife said she said she couldn't take it, and she took off and she went to a hotel. And I guess he was phoning her all night, and she just could not pick up the phone because she needed a break. So in the morning, she phoned him, and there was no answer. She kept phoning him. Oh, wow. She got back to the house about, in the afternoon. And she couldn't find her husband. And then she went through the barn, and she found him. I think his shirt was off. And he had a gun, and he had been, shooting things. And he basically, there were lots of guns, and he did not know how many shots he had taken from which
From
guy.
the bottle or the gun.
Yeah, no kidding. That's a way to do yourself in right there.
Yeah, and he took his gun, and he held it up to his throat and pulled the trigger. The bullet went through his chin, and I can't remember, where did it exit, Cutie?
Oh, I don't know. Was
Maybe
it there?
it would be out.
I was looking the other way.
Maybe
Wow.
through the roof, but he survived it.
Whoa,
And
this
he
guy
was-
has a purpose.
And of course, there's a video of it, right?
Yeah, and so then his wife dialed 911, and then I don't know whether it was a vet or a post person knew that this was happening, so she called out her cavalry.
Cavalry?
Let's all say it.
Called her back up, and so they were all trying desperately to get this guy to the hospital.
Wow, what a story. That's amazing he survived.
Yeah, he survived it again, and anyway,
He's unbreakable.
Yeah, but it's all about, his mental health and post-traumatic stress disorder. Yeah.
So you could order the videos. They now have both of them on for the same price.
So, but when I was listening to the story, it cut off, I can't remember at what point, but kind of halfway through the story. And
you could still imagine it was going to be a happy ending. Things are going to go a little bit better. But
Well,
it's
yeah.
no, you done fucked up, blew half your face off. You're going to have to live with that shit. Damn. This is... What's going on with this anyway? Where are you going with this?
No,
Basically, just don't drink too much. Don't own that many guns.
yeah. Don't get your throat sliced and have to watch the video.
Oh, that's the trippy moral of the story is if you get your throat slit, just go ahead and die.
Just don't watch the video.
You're gonna be fucked up anyway.
7 days.
Well, I have to wonder, the fact that he tried to shoot at his own throat in that way is because he'd been watching the same video of himself getting hurt in the throat over and over and over again. And so that was that point of focus for him, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing, just this whole story that he survived, and wow.
Yeah, so I can't remember if this couple is doing a book tour. I don't know if they've written a book or they're just going out on some kind of speaking series to raise awareness for post-traumatic stress disorder and mental health.
Well, okay, so there's a silver lining at least there. I mean, that's okay. Now I know why you brought
There's
it up.
always a silver lining. Come on, SpaceGoat. Always.
Yeah, and he survived, and now he can tell the tale, and hopefully other people
Watch
will
the
be
video
better.
with his friends.
Yeah, exactly. That too, maybe. Who knows?
No binge drinking this time.
Y'all want to watch that video where I damn near blow my face off again?
Went right through the chin.
Wow, well, that'll put the slicing of the throat video to shame, right?
Man, seriously. Damn.
That is right.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I was listening to this week.
Wow, that's a great uplifting story to start the show off with, honey. Thank you.
Man,
You're welcome.
do you think, like, if he could have seen the future, if he would have made, like, the same decision?
He would have put his hand on his throat.
just let his hand fall and just bled out. better to die here a hero.
Which is what most people would have done, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, let's say you find this random object, and when you touch this object, suddenly a spirit speaks directly into your mind, and it says, "I will give you the ability to see the future, but you will not be able to change that future, save ending yourself before it happens."
Ooh. That sounds like part of a segment we'd like to call "What Would You Do?" Is that right? What would you do? Wow, that genie sounds like a bit of a prick, right? So I better be cautious of him. Sorry, I'm just kind of talking this out as I go, SpaceGoat.
And I would imagine it as a djinn. Like it's not quite what we think of as a genie in the traditional sense, but this is more an ancient kind of power that just manifests itself to you suddenly. And it gives you an opportunity, a choice. You have to make a decision, but that decision comes with consequences. Everybody should know that. Just innately, you should know that anything you get comes with a string attached. And what are the consequences of those gifts that you receive?
Well, I could see no harm knowing and seeing the future. Even if you can't change it, right? You still know it's coming up.
But that's just it. Like, what if all you see is just like inside your life's experience, heading forward, right down that timeline? You get the ability to see any of it, but you can't change what's going to happen, right? No matter how much you try, it'll lead back to the same consequences.
But what is this djinn's weaknesses? Does salt have an effect on him? I'm going to try throwing some salt at this thing.
What do you think, pretty lady?
Their weaknesses is that they tend to need a container.
Yes,
Ooh,
yes. I don't
good
know
one.
specifically of the djinn itself, but
That's a good one.
Well, so knowing that, like, basically you have the choice to either try to barter with it if you want to, because I never said that you couldn't try to barter with the spirit. You could try to barter if you want to, but you got to be careful with what you're bartering and how you're bartering.
I don't think I'd go for it.
I don't think I'd go for the bartering. That seems like a lot of work. I don't want to be bartering with no djinns.
It's like, hey, man, I mean, that sounds like a cool offer, being able to see the future and all, but, what if I could just, like, see only things that I want to see, like lottery numbers and stuff like that, and I have to, like, trade something off for, like, the lottery numbers,
But I guess if you knew how your whole life played out, you probably wouldn't even pay any attention to it and watch something else, right?
So you'd be like, "No, spirit, I do not want to have your powers," and you
I'd
just put it
say,
down.
let's move along, djinn, move along. I don't feel like bartering today. Sorry.
Get back in your container.
This is why more people don't have superpowers. Think about it.
We can't handle that stuff.
No.
It's like you have to, break yourself apart in order to find yourself again. And then it gives you something to do. At least that's my view of the whole big spiel.
I guess.
Whole big universe.
And you could kind of I like to say analyze it. No offense to anyone.
Wow.
And, kind of really, if you could kind of repeat, like if you knew what was going to happen, you could really pay attention to what was going on. And okay, well, they made a mistake there and they're going to pay for that and stuff.
What?
I don't know.
I think he's talking about, what is that, Schadenfreude or something like that? How do Schadenfreude?
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
I guess it'd be better if you could, like, see the consequences of other people's lives as well. Like, so, like, if you had the ability to be able to touch somebody's hand, and as soon as you touch their hand, like, you knew like what was the next most important, intense thing that was going to happen to them emotionally, and you could talk about it with them, and then it would be sort of, let's imagine their choice in life that either leads them to those consequences or not.
And you could control it.
Wow.
Now that'd be a cool way. But what would you barter for that?
I'm not into no bartering.
Neither am I.
It's like,
This is why more people don't have superpowers. I'm talking about this, right? I would not be a SpaceGoat if I had your attitude.
Just so you know, we're not into bartering. It does not turn us on.
Listen, being cursed with the body and mind of a goat for 1,000 eternities doesn't really I mean, seriously, this is fun, being able to travel through space and time.
Sounds like a lot of responsibility, and I'm not into that.
Well, sweetie, so that's what we would do. We would just move along.
I think we would just continue living our life.
Yeah, we don't need to see no shit, right?
Yeah, we're just going to enjoy the moment.
Yeah, we live in the moment.
Take it as it comes. That's a smart choice, I think,
Yeah,
in a lot of
so
ways. Honestly.
I think that's what we're going to do. I think the other would end up causing a lot of stress.
Yeah, pod couple don't like stress.
I think so too.
Yeah.
In fact, I think anybody that's cursed with knowing the future tries to forget that they know the future and just tries to live in the moment anyway. So you're ahead of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They go, oh, hey, yeah, I remember that. I guess I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. It always comes back to living in the
And
moment.
bartering, all that bartering, that'll get you places, guys. If you want to move forward, barter.
That's stressful.
What if you're helping to create your own future and the future of others around you by setting out those long-term goals and then watching them fill in, and you've forgotten about it, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I asked for that 2 years ago.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, that's very
No, right?
cool.
And plus, which don't diss bartering, man. Like, there's people that have been able to barter from almost nothing, like starting with like $10, and those $10 were like from money that they like just panhandled, and they were able to barter, trade, and keep trading up, because they were trading up in the ways that it was more of a desirable object for the person that they were trading to than it was really
that's
worth.
True.
Right? And they were able to keep trading up until the point that they got like a nice, luxury car, and bam, then you got like a few $1,000s. Like, I mean, seriously, like, you can do a lot with bartering, man. Barter's a powerful thing.
Well, I heard a story.
I heard it was a paperclip.
Yeah, I heard it was a paperclip too.
And that's an exaggeration. Come on,
I think
paperclip.
there
What are you
was
going to trade
even-
somebody for a paperclip? It's like,
But
like,
you go to a pencil or
You
an
know what?
eraser,
There have
you
been-
kinda, go on up.
There have been
theoretically.
There have been a lot of times this year, and we are very early into the year, but I have actually...
We barter with paper clips.
No, I
That's
have...
why we don't barter out of the house.
I'm thinking of what Microsoft Word. Clippy.
No, I've needed them in my business when going to meet with somebody. So I'm like, oh my God, I need a paperclip to get this organized. So twice already this year, I have been in great need of a paperclip.
She's hooked.
Paperclips are, I guess, pretty useful. You can pick locks with them, I suppose. You can use them as a small hand-to-hand weapon if danger beckons,
Yeah. I'm sure I would have paid
Destroy all
$1.
stuff.
There's tons of things you can do with those.
I would have paid $1 for a paperclip.
Really?
Yep.
Damn.
That's how much I needed it.
Wow.
Yes.
Sounds like we need to get you a box of paper clips.
Yeah, I know.
Be the
I'm
best
running
present.
short.
Hey, no. We're cutting down on the paper
We're
clips.
going to set you up.
Stop it right there.
We're going to set you
No
up.
more paper
I
clips.
use them to
no.
hang up plants and stuff on the walls even.
Yeah, they're really quite useful for a lot of things. I mean, and you could kind of unwind them and like bend them into
You could
different
reset
shapes.
your phone with one.
Yeah.
There's a million things you could do
Yeah,
with that.
they can get in, small little spaces.
Okay, well, let's stop you there.
In the early 21st century, they basked in the achievements of mankind and enjoyed paperclips,
Clippy was a
as well as
stud.
orange juice. Orange juice in winter, divine.
Yeah, well, I'll never forget. I can't remember. It must have been the year of 2007. And yes, and there was a paperclip controversy at the office.
Someone's he's dead. My God.
Becky, did you take my paperclips? You took my paperclips, didn't you, Becky?
No one's listening to Clippy anymore. I mean, it is chaos.
Wow.
Yeah. And so
Pandemonium.
Yeah, it was. And, this was the time of the metal paperclip. It might have come in different colors.
What are they made out of now?
There's different kinds. So they're plastic wrapped paperclips.
Well, that's almost better.
Well, it depends. And they come in really cool neon colors, and
that sounds terrible.
They're quite fun.
It's a bit expensive and covered in toxic plastic that leaches into the air and poisons you slowly. It stains papers. Nein, this is nicht geil. Nein,
That's so colorful.
nicht gut.
So that was the controversy. Someone ordered some of the plastic wrapped paper clips, and there was outrage.
Plastic wrapped? Oh, okay.
People lost their freaking
Why
minds.
would they? Why would anybody lose their mind over that?
She lost her mind, and then
jumped out the window, but survived.
Set her hair on fire on the way down. Fuck you!
But survived.
And taught a class of blind kids pottery.
Well, what do you do at that point? You have a box of plastic paper clips. Well, you might as well use them.
Exactly. I agree.
But don't buy them anymore.
Exactly. And this woman, but this was coming from the woman who used the office microwave to reheat her fish.
Fish?
Oh my God. Not one of them.
So then the paper
That
clip.
is such a mistake, isn't it?
Oh my God.
As long as there wasn't a paper clip in there.
Were there paper clips involved?
No,
Plastic covered paper clips on the
just
fish?
stinky, smelly fish. So then the rule was
That was the icing on the cake. Believe it or not.
That's it. She's gonna go. Becky.
So then everyone forgot about the paperclip controversy
And moved on
to the thou shalt not, heat fish in the microwave.
They should have made a side.
Yeah, they did after.
Thou shalt not warm thy fish in the public microwave.
Ever.
Or we cut you.
So do you think that's a ballsy move or a dick move?
What, to microwave your fish in the,
In the company public.
Company
in the company public microwave, not your freaking microwave. It's not like you brought that microwave from home.
No, it's not at your cubie.
It's not your cubicle microwave. That'd be even worse in a lot of ways.
In the staff
actually,
room or lunch room or.
Can you imagine somebody bringing a microwave from home, setting it up in their cubicle, eh?
I can picture it. This guy who was in the cubie next to me and a huge database security, just really eccentric. A hyper nerd from the woods. He went to Woodstock, right? That kind of guy.
Man. From the woods. He survived the woods.
Yeah.
A wood nerd.
And he's originally from the UK, and he's always wears suits, and he's got long disheveled hair. He would always wear a suit and tie, and he's like, oh my God, there's always some crisis, and he's smoking.
Stressing out.
Yeah.
But yet he survived.
And yet he survived.
He sure did.
Yeah, he did. He actually
survived and propagated.
Wow.
But he, at his cube, there would be nights I would leave work and he was still there, and I would come in early the next day because I was an early morning worker. And he was still frickin' there in the same suit. His hair's messier than
skinning a rabbit. Just kind of skinning a rabbit. It's got a tanning rack set up.
But at his cubie, he had his own coffee maker. For a while, I think he had his own toaster oven, but that blew the circuit, so it was banned. So this is
Hot
why.
plates.
And it's I know had the coffee maker till the end, and. So that's why I wouldn't be surprised.
What happened to this guy? I need to know.
Stay tuned.
Fire in 96.
Stay
it was the fire
tuned.
of 96.
So I can picture a microwave at a cubie.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. So would you fish it, or you don't care, or what?
I would, but I would
fish it.
I would cook it if I'm heating up my fish, but I would have no bones about cleaning up about it afterwards.
But that smell, you never get rid of that smell.
No, it takes about a day.
Cook some popcorn in it after with the whatever.
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea.
That's a lot of work. You probably did some bargaining on the way, too.
Oh, wait. So you're complaining about the smell?
I'm not complaining about anything. I think it's PodGal.
No, it's PodGal's office workers.
Somebody liked that smell, you know what I'm saying?
You like that smell? I can see it excites
That
you.
scares me.
Okay, enough with the fish. Well, I got a question for you all. Would you ever market your product as shit?
If it
No.
was like, manure for like fertilizer, be like,
I
buy
guess.
my shit. That'd be a good slogan for a manure producer.
You should maybe
Or what
contact some. I think you're on something there.
Or what about something like, oh, yeah, it's the shit. Like that might
guess,
be,
but-
you
You could make it European with das shit.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah, das shit.
Das Scheiß.
the Scheisen by the Scheisen. That I could wrap my head around.
Le merde.
Kind of like that's some good shit. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
something like
somebody's
that.
using it, and you
Yeah.
probably even own this product, and
What?
it's Frank's hot sauce, and
I
their
thought you were
slogan
going to
is
say weed.
it's put that shit. I put that shit on everything, and they bleep it out, right?
Oh.
And that's their slogan. I put the shit on everything.
Well, then it's already been done.
I know, but you think that's a good marketing strategy?
If it made them money and they had no problem with it, why not?
Yeah, they pulled it off, didn't
Yeah,
You're talking
I
about
think,
it.
Yeah.
they? Yeah. Well, I just find it bizarre that they would refer their product to as shit, right?
Yeah, well, it could be depending on how
It's
you
slang,
say
I
it,
guess.
or yeah,
It's slang. I might be old, but
Oh, it's search slang.
I think of feces when I hear the word shit.
Well, shift your thinking.
So when you say "oh shit," that's exactly what I picked.
Shift
Shift what?
your thinking.
So yeah, that's their slogan.
I'll put that
Everything.
shit on everything.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's how people talk. I mean, why not, right? I mean,
So let's hear you use that in a sentence. I want to hear your sales pitch using that slogan for Fat Franks, or what the hell is it called?
Frank's hot sauce.
Frank's hot sauce. Frank's hot sauce. I put that shit on everything. Yeah.
He really does.
Man, I put that shit on everything.
Well,
Now
you
we're gonna
know,
have to bleep that out.
You're gonna give me some chocolate cake? I put that fucking Frank sauce on that shit. Give me that shit. Slap, slap, slap. Oh.
You got your head wrapped around that one.
I do too. And you know what else? Like, we haven't been using Frank's hot sauce, but we've been using Dexter from
Dexter?
Dexter's hot sauce.
what the hell's his name? From The Offspring.
May cause homicidal rages.
And
I'd love it. Dexter's hot sauce, right? What would be a slogan for that?
Man, this shit gonna kill you.
Killer hot.
When you absolutely have to kill your taste buds.
oh, good one. Good one. But yeah, isn't that the truth?
Hot
Dexter's
sauce is the shizney hot, though. I gotta say it. Like hot sauce is the stuff
Shizney
of like
hot.
the shizney hot, yo.
I want the princesses to come out with their own hot sauce, and it'd be Disney hot, right?
Disney hot.
Oh, I can tell you what that is right now. It's like a curry ketchup. It's like ketchup with just a little bit of spice. That'd be
Nice.
what it would.
That does sound nice.
Yo, that sounds super good.
Curry is an excellent thing to add to anything, though. Like, have you ever had mayonnaise, like curry mayonnaise? Oh,
I'd be down for some
yeah.
curry mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Or I
That's
might
good
even
stuff.
call it mayo, curry mayo. Right, SpaceGoat?
Have you had a long day working? You want something refreshing? Why not reach for Zed's Drinkable Mayonnaise? That's right, Zed's Drinkable Mayonnaise now available in Cool Ranch, Zesty Taco, and spicy Indian curry.
Nice. I want to see a blue cheese one out there, too.
Oh my god.
That's not slang.
Where the hell's the blue cheese?
PodGal, you'll grow to appreciate that cheese one day.
You like that drinkable mayonnaise?
Yeah.
Yeah, we like it.
Is anything like the Go-Gurt?
That's right. Drink my mayonnaise. You like it?
Anyways, back to the Disney hot sauces.
Disney Hot's Tinkerbell's tincture.
What about you, PodGal?
Well, about
Disney hot sauce, what's your favorite brand?
I'm not sure, but I just have to tell you guys a little real life situation that's been going on. So you know how PodGuy's been really into these Disney princess gummy bear vitamins? Not gummy bear, but
It's not just
what
the
do you call them?
vitamins.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Well, just to give you a bit of background, ever since I've known PodGuy, he's always been trying to take vitamins and really never has for more than a day or, maybe 3 days stretch. He takes vitamins.
Maybe
It's a
3
habit.
days.
Yeah, it takes a while to get used to.
So, but 14 years.
And you should see the size of some of these vitamins. I'm just saying. It puts you off too.
Are you a horse? Is that what they're saying? You're a horse pills.
Exactly.
Like
PodGuy throws not that huge, okay?
well, good news. They're suppositories.
Well, but he's been really, so now since the gummy princesses, he has been taking his vitamins.
I'll sit down with a bowl of princess vitamins and I'll watch TV and munch away on them. They're freaking awesome.
He's making up for all that lost time. So all those lost days.
Vitamins are not a problem anymore.
Great. He's got him.
So at first I was concerned, but then I remembered, you know.
It's like, I can't die. You
No.
said, PodGuy, you're going to die. Don't take all those gummies.
Well, I mean, you can get some weird reactions from certain vitamins too. Like if you ever take enough vitamin, I think it's vitamin E. If you take like a super dose of vitamin E, is that what I'm thinking about?
Yeah. Come on, tell us.
Yeah,
Tell us
wow.
what happened.
Oh no, it's vitamin D.
I enjoy
It's
my vitamin
No,
E.
it's vitamin D. If you take a super dose of vitamin D, it's like your skin's on fire. Like it was like somebody sold me on this idea for a super cleanse once when I was just
The cleanses are
more of
evil.
a simple human before a SpaceGoat fully
He's
kicked
talking
in.
about niacin.
Niacin, that stuff. Yeah. So somebody talked me into that, and I took a couple of these things. They were like big chewable vitamins, right?
Ooh.
And there were 2 big ones, right? So I just chewed them up, drank a glass of water, didn't think anything of it for a while. I was watching TV, and suddenly started getting itchy. And it started getting kind of burny. And I'm just like, what the hell? And then suddenly it felt like I had a sunburn, like all over my body, a sunburn. And it just got worse and worse and worse. And like my breathing was getting shallow. I was starting to freak out.
God.
Like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, okay, some sort of reaction here. I'm like, what do I do? I'm like, it's just vitamins. It's going to work its way through, right? So I try not to panic. So I go ahead and jump in the shower, and I'm not kidding. I've just got like ice cold water on me, and I'm just barely like feeling okay. Anywhere where the water is not, I'm on fire. It was like intense, and I was in that shower for maybe a half hour or something like that.
Wow.
Do you think that might have been a time when a bath was a better option?
Could have been, yeah. But I was a dirty little teenager, and I was living on my own, and my bathtub was nasty. I had never washed it. I had never taken a bath in it. I didn't even know where the drain was, the plug was or nothing. So no,
Been
I was
a
just
while,
like,
I guess.
Plugged with hair
I was
anyway.
on effing fire, right?
Yeah.
I was just like, nah.
Right. Okay. So continue
Make
then.
it stop. Well, finally it like started to calm down a bit. Like after it must have been like 15-20 minutes, it finally like started to go down a bit, and like I wasn't quite as on fire. But like I stayed in that shower for a really, really long time, and it was still like having a sunburn for the rest of the day. Like it was bad. And to this day, if I have too much vitamin D, I get little rashes and stuff like that.
Niacin?
Well, niacin specifically, but like any vitamin D will trigger it.
B.
Or B.
Vitamin B.
Oh, is it V? Ah, vitamin B. Look at that.
Loosely based on facts, this podcast is very loose.
At least it's not fire ants.
Yeah.
That's right. Eating fire ants is not productive.
Never is.
Now, I've tried. They sting too much. They're
Yeah.
kind of juicy, and they
lot
have
of
a nice
work,
spicy
right?
flavor to them, but it hurts like fucking hell.
Yeah.
man, I tell
They
you.
are horrible.
Oh, nasty. Not a good hors d'oeuvre, I tell you.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of nasty and showers and being hot and on fire,
Wow.
I one time rubbed myself in with this what is it called? Dakota?
Dakota?
Oh, or was it? Yeah, Dakota.
Is it called Dakota?
I don't know. I don't think it is.
Dakota is what I like to
What the hell
call
are you
it.
talking about?
It's some kind of like cream.
It's like it's a cream
Oh,
you
a cream.
apply
Help
on
with
it.
your
It's a
aches and
heat thing, right?
pains. Yeah.
Oh, is it like a Chinese ointment? Like with cayenne in it?
No, it's not a Chinese ointment.
So what's it called?
But the Native Americans
Oh, yeah.
are behind this product or the marketing.
They're
It's
on
called
the label.
It's called
the
Dumb White
label.
Man.
Dakota cream.
And I put this stuff on after a shower.
Oh God.
And I was on fire. Like I was burning. I could not cool that area
I think
off
I
at
rubbed
all.
it on you
Was it your genital?
because
Oh,
it
yeah.
was all over your back and
And it was like, yeah,
it
my
was
back was
ho-
on
like
fire.
Damn.
like it went so red like it was being burned. So you went into the shower as well, and
I was in there for a very long time. I should have poured a bath, but it's only a shower.
I think in a way it gets it off more because at least it's washing it down the drain
Yeah,
and you're not just
yeah,
sitting in it.
that's-
Right?
Yeah,
True.
yeah, good, very
Yeah.
good point.
Plus,
Yeah.
why are you being so critical of somebody in pain like that? It's like, yeah, you're in pain, but what about the planet, you jerk? Run a freaking tub. Run a tub, you freaking jerk.
I was
It
I
was
Carbon
was
soothing
footprint.
longer, right?
I suppose.
The showers kind of could be. We've got a shower that's like a pressure wash.
Oh yeah, it almost peels
I
your
love
skin
it.
off. Like I can't
Damn.
use it. I cannot use it. It's rough,
It's the bomb.
but you love it. So
And then you could get the oatmeal out and slather that all over your itchy places.
Yeah, that sounds
would
delicious.
Feel nice. Yeah.
I'm
you could just say
down.
you could take it from there. Yeah.
We're gonna get a little bit of maple syrup and some like marshmallow, you know. I mean, you know that not marshmallows, but you know that marshmallow stuff that the Americans
Oh, yeah.
sell that's
That
like
stuff is
spreadable,
good.
What is-
spreadable marshmallow.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
And we're
That
just gonna
stuff is
rub that all
good.
over our nipples.
That fluff.
That's right, a fluffy nipple right there.
And then you get a burner and I don't know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, that's kinky.
it sounds painful.
It's a lot of s'mores fun, isn't it?
Burn me, PodGuy. Brand my buttocks.
Ooh, that smell.
Ooh, that smell.
Yeah, I love that smell.
What? Now that's a first.
Is it goat? We making some euros or something over here? What are we doing?
Spicy.
No goat. Hold the goat. That's all I can say.
Singeing goat hair.
Oh, so the pod couple has a new segment. You guys are gonna love it, especially you pod people.
Friends?
Friends.
Pod friends?
Pod friends
I will be your friend.
in a pod.
Nice.
Pod me. Come with me into a pod.
Well, it's time for the segment we like to call "What Tabloids Did You Read?"
What tabloid did you read? Come on, tell me.
Well, I was in the checkout the other day, and the lineup was slow and long, and I was reading tabloids, and one of my covers I saw was Elizabeth Taylor tells secrets she's never told before.
Ooh.
How could you not want to know what she's got up her sleeve?
Man, she's still alive?
She is, and she's telling secrets.
Oh,
Who was it?
man. Is one of the same-
Elizabeth Taylor?
Oh, Elizabeth Taylor.
I always love how beautiful her eyes are. She's
Yeah,
violet. Oh, my
me
goodness.
too. I
Oh.
mean, they were amazing.
She's
She was
friends?
very beautiful.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if she's dead or alive, but that was the headline I saw. And the other one was lose 40 to 60 pounds in 1 week. And then the other thing on that magazine was the most delicious chocolate cake you'll ever make. Like, what the hell?
That sounds like a Woman's Day. You were reading Woman's Day.
It was Woman's Day. So he's got a diet and some delicious recipes. God bless you.
Yeah, we know
Nosy
our
women
tabloids.
wanna know. How do you make the best dang chocolate cake in the world? And who had the 45-pound flipper baby?
Yeah, exactly. Well, do you want to hear one of the ones I read?
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is from the Star.
Oh, the Star's good. It's gonna be good.
What do the stars have
do
to
you guys
say?
have a tabloid thing that you've seen recently?
You know, I didn't know this was an assignment, so I didn't look.
That's okay.
Sometimes it just happens, right?
It does
Yeah.
just happen. It just happen. I mean, with the Elizabeth Taylor, there was something about. Maybe this is on the internet. There's internet tabloids everywhere. Everywhere you
Oh.
look, there's tabloids on the internet. If you go scroll to the bottom of web pages and stuff,
Oh,
and they try
yeah,
to get you
that
involved in that,
sucks.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't be going
No.
down there.
No,
Down
you
that
don't.
hole, yeah.
Yeah,
Or you're
exactly.
gonna end up where some sort of, you don't want to be there.
No, you
Good
really
point. Like,
don't.
Most of the internet now is tabloids, if you think about it. Like a lot of the internet are tabloids, and then you got like some other things that are quite interesting and different that are like a whole new type of media, and then you got some traditional media, but like on the internet, it's not really like it used to be anymore.
You just basically drill down on what you're into. If you're into Trump, then you lock on to Trump, right? You're into Trump, right?
No.
Yeah, come on, say it. Say it.
What? Man, and nothing for political things with you humans is crazy, man. Like seriously, this is the crazy time.
Crazy is a good word
One
for
of
sure.
one of the reasons why SpaceGoat is in this space time is to just kind of observe this moment in time, because it's one of the craziest moments in time that's happened in the last 1,000 years, and it'll be one of the craziest things to happen for the next 1,000 years.
Crazy but exciting.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it is exciting. So
As
exciting, scary.
as an ancient Chinese proverb says, "May you live in interesting times," but that was a curse, really.
Yeah.
We don't like curses, and we're not bartering
No.
tonight. So
No, we aren't.
Move along.
Yeah, it's a
Are
no
you sure?
no stress
Well,
zone.
Well, PodGal, so what was your stories that you saw?
Jessica Simpson.
Simpson, huh?
Apparently, she's having another baby, and Jessica Simpson.
Jessica
Jessica Simpson.
Jessica Simpson. Don't you know Jessica
You know,
Simpson?
like from Sex and the City?
I'm not sure.
No.
No, I think she's from The Simpsons.
Didn't she marry a football player?
No, yeah, she
Billy
did.
Joel.
But before him, she was dating one of our heartthrobs, Nick.
Nick Lachey?
Nick Lachey. She was
Oh,
married
yeah.
to Nick Lachey, and he has since remarried the true love of his life. And
Who's that?
Jessica's married. I can't remember the guy's name.
It's a guy? He married a
Oh,
guy?
I mean a girl. I think it's Vanessa
Whoa.
or something.
I was just expecting a twist here.
No, well,
And
What's
he
a twist?
survived.
well, no, we're getting there because you guys were.
Do you think gay sex will kill you?
I don't know where the story's going. I'm just trying to figure out this tabloid.
Well,
And
you
gay
guys
sex.
asked who, you asked who Jessica Simpson was, and to SpaceGoat's note, she married a football player. Anyway, she's on Baby Whatever. She's
Maybe, whatever.
sadly
Baby
gay.
Whatever, is that a
She's-
sitcom
She's
or what?
had more than one baby, and they said something about Jessica Simpson weighing in at 265 pounds. Babies in danger. I know. So I thought that was super sad. And they had a picture of her, and that was the bombshell.
Oh, well, you're depressing as hell tonight.
Moral of the story is tabloids suck.
Yeah, wow, that would catch my attention too. That
Yeah,
was a big
it
long
did.
headline.
Man, wouldn't you love it if you were like a famous person and somebody, like you suddenly had like, I don't know, a brain tumor or something, and next thing you know, like there's tabloids in the store and they're like,
And the worst picture of you could ever imagine.
yeah, like they caught you like taking out the trash one day, like going out back of your house, and like you're just in underwear and you look like you just woke up, because you did just wake up and your hair's all like
Don't worry,
messed up.
PodGuy doesn't wear underwear.
So you're naked. They can see the whip marks on your buttocks,
Oh, SpaceGoat, if you only knew.
the obvious brand mark,
If you only knew.
all your tattoos.
Well, yeah, so what else did you see? Did you see any other headlines?
Siri and Tom have been reunited. So Tom Cruise and his daughter Siri. And so when I read Siri and Tom reunited, I actually thought about the Apple voice.
Well, that's the first thing I thought,
Yeah,
too. I
I
was trying to
know.
figure out, how is this going to work? You know, do they have a relationship or something? Is that like that movie?
Yeah, exactly.
He could do it. He
yeah,
could do it.
I know.
Totally. I mean, like,
Yeah, so I kind of thought that, well, this was a first, you know, the AI and the human being
Together.
united or reunited. So, and then
reunited and it feels so wrong.
Well, that's what those robots are for, right?
Oh, damn. Yeah. Do you think he like downloaded Siri into like a sex doll?
Oh, for
great
sure.
idea.
But the question is, would it be male or female?
Would it be him?
Of course it would. It would be him.
You know it.
And they
That's
both
all.
love every minute of it.
Hi, Tom. Hi, Tom. Oh, you're looking so good, Tom. I know. I love you, Tom.
Smile.
I love you so much.
Run.
Oh,
Run motion.
your ass is so sweet, Tom.
Wow, well, that's a great headline. I can see why that perked your interest.
Yeah, and I might have seen another one about him, and apparently, so you know the smile, the teeth, apparently he has an extra front upper tooth, and so that big toothy grin, there's actually an extra tooth in there, and I'm talking the big,
There's no room for an extra one.
well, that's what they say, or they say it
He
has,
had one put in.
Now, if you
He's
could
like Marilyn
actually
Manson that way.
if you could actually pull up his lip and zoom in, you'd see it's actually a conjoined twin that he ate when he was just a itty bitty baby in the womb.
Ooh, there would be
That's what it is right there. There's another little living thing right there trapped in his
no.
freaking jaw right there.
That's not what it is.
Oh
It's an
man,
extra
it,
tooth.
I read this in the Inquirer. I know what I'm
if it,
talking
oh yeah,
about.
if it was
Don't-
on his shoulder,
You can't
maybe.
deny
Is this a real headline?
black and white right there, little baby right in his freaking jaw.
It's real now.
I said it, therefore it's
I-
somehow real in a way.
Wow.
Isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it?
I don't know.
Isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it?
Okay, okay.
Enough. This is a lot of deleting and editing for PodGuy.
Yeah, so those were some of my headlines. So
How about you guys? Do you remember any headlines that you've seen?
So just screw whatever I just said.
I told you, a lot of editing.
No, I mean, like, you know, I kind of tune it out because I see all sorts of stuff that's all political and weird and stuff about people being lizards and
Bat Boy. What about Bat Boy?
Bat Boy and, you know, I had a 350-pound baby Bat
Well,
Boy. And
it's ludicrous, isn't it? It is unbelievable.
you shouldn't call it ludicrous. That's a good rapper.
Yeah, well, I'm sure there's some stories about him, too. And the
And they're
space
ludicrous.
aliens.
Right? He's fun to party with. He's okay with some space aliens and stuff like that, man. Some rappers are cool, man.
Yeah, I'd be okay with it on some level.
on a personal level.
Hey,
On a temporary
There's
level.
good. What would you do? What would you do if you got invited to a party in space? Like a bunch of space. Okay, like a
I'd
space
decline.
space alien just says,
Is there any bartering in
"Hey,
this?
just come and party." There's no bartering involved. You just get to have a good time. We're not going to eat you or nothing like that, or like
Okay, I see
something
where
like
this
that.
goes.
You know,
Yeah, I'd
it's
go.
just a straight
Yeah,
up like
me too.
go
I'm
party in
definitely
space for a
in.
while.
That'd be
I'm in.
fun. I like to dress up and go out once in a while.
Yeah, that sounds like blast.
Yeah, I'd give it a try.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. There's some positive action on the case of humans there. Actually willing to go out and have a good time. That's cool.
Not all humans are shite.
With like
And in that
sunshine
case, that was a bad shite.
she puts that shite on everything.
That was a bad shite.
Make good money too.
Alien offering to take me to a party. I'll put that shit on that alien.
Yeah, damn right I'll go with you and your space
Have some
alien
hot
shit.
sauce, motherfucker. This is where the party starts. That's what I'm saying. Drop the doors.
Yeah, you don't want to start with hot sauce. I learned that years ago.
Jano's about to enjoy hot
Yeah.
sauce. I put that shit on everything. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Just don't use nair there. It don't work.
Smooth. Smooth. That's pretty smooth there. SpaceGoat.
Slippery.
Well, I think that's a show, isn't it?
That's sadly a wrap. The time's flown by.
Well,
That was a lot of
Regina,
fun.
where can they find us?
Right here.
I know, in the
the chill
moment,
lounge?
right here in the moment in the chill lounge.
Chill lounge.
Yeah, right.
The pod couple.
Wow. Well, I'm
See?
PodGuy. What? Hope. So, SpaceGoat, where could they find us?
Well, we be on Spotify, man. We on Apple tunes and stuff like that with the little thing, the beep, 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 and
It's an
download.
app, isn't it? There's some apps, isn't there?
I think there's an app for that.
There is. So you can find us on all those podcatchers and
Stitcher Radio?
I believe so.
I'm always listening to Stitcher.
Are you? Nice.
yeah, yeah.
Stitcher
Cool.
Radio, good.
That's
Yeah,
cool. That's
good.
hip, man.
Whatever.
Does shit.
Let's not make a huge deal out of it, okay?
That's does shit.
You put that shit on everything?
If you didn't too, just bang it. And then you're going to find it if you bang it.
Well, grab your dish shoots and say goodbye to the pod couple. I'm PodGuy.
And I'm PodGal, and I'm sad to say bye.
Well, we got to say goodbye to our guests first. PodGal.
I thought we were just going to keep going. And you guys would just leave the room. We'd be like, hey, baby, what's up? Hey, you want to get something to eat?
I see a bit of a grease thing going
Yeah,
on
I
there.
do too.
I know a place to get some chicken, man. You know what I'm saying?
Like John Travolta, aren't
Oh,
you?
yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, thanks, Regina, for joining us. How did it go for you?
Oh, this was a lot of fun. Thank you very much for having me around.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yay,
Pod
that was
couple are
so
the best.
fantastic.
And part of the pod family, it's beloved SpaceGoat.
Space, goat. Or as I'd like to be called from here on in, Pod Brother, Space Goat.
Wow.
well, let's
That's
not-
a whole
let's
lot of
not rush
words and a
anything.
whole lot of syllables.
Nope, you already touched me and went before we had a little space-time trip, so
I see how you're
you're
looking
attached
at
to me
me.
now, you know what I'm saying?
Well, thanks for joining us anyways. You can join me later over there.
You know it. Love you guys.
And thanks for listening, everyone. Pod people and pod friends. I remember you. Don't worry. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Love y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.